On the 1st of August 2021, Praesidio risk managers will become part of Lombard Broker Partners. Not only will they become part of Lombard Brokers, but the company will also see a name change, which is very exciting. Today, I have the privilege of speaking to Andrew Munro about the name change, why it's happening, the way forward, what will stay the same, what will change. And maybe for some of those brokers who are not yet doing business with Praesidio, maybe you can just tell us a little bit more about the company, a short history. Over to you, Andrew.
Oh, thanks very much, and thanks for the opportunity. So those in the market will have sort of dealt with Praesidio risk managers. We were established in 2001, so this is 20 years in the making. And sort of we've specialized over those years, most notably in the personal accident or group personal accident insurance space. Since then have broadened into your kidnap and ransom and travel insurance space. And sort of collectively we refer to that sort of space as human risks, which sort of introduces the new name is that sort of from 1 August, Praesidio will become Lombard Human Risks and form part of the Lombard Broker Partners collective. We are really excited to sort of go into the environment there. One of the sort of reasons looking sort of back is that we've always wanted to be a really sort of boutique underwriting agency. And so small really has helped us in that space because we were able to sort of really deal with our brokers and clients bespokely on a first name basis. And we've always wanted to maintain that. The difficulty with sort of that is sort of your operational side and sort of administration side of the business. And as we've all seen over the years has really increased in the amount of workload. So having partnered with Lombard in 2014 and have had a very successful journey with them so far, we sort of were sitting around the table understanding and figuring out what is sort of the best way to sort of do what we're best at, and sort of how can we sort of spend less time doing sort of the inside the business functions. So we sort of looked at sort of an integration into Lombard. So we'll become divisionalized within Lombard and within the Lombard Broker Partners stable, where sort of, your back office, accounting, compliance, etc., all the fun stuff will be sort of, we'll have some big company sort of shoulders to lean on there and assist us through that process. Which really leaves us sort of with the ability to go out and do what we feel we're sort of good at, which is sort of underwriting human risks, understanding the clients and brokers' needs, providing innovative solutions. So yeah, exciting sort of kind of road ahead for us as we sort of integrate, working with a lot of brokers who are familiar with Lombard Broker Partners, Lombard Commercial, Lombard Hospitality, introducing ourselves and understanding how we can do more with them. And then obviously it's our existing brokers who really have supported us over the last few years. Now, I mean, the good thing is that whilst it's a name change and there's not the license change, the license remains the same. It's the same people doing the same thing and the same products. So sort of, I've always said that the objective of this is to try and get a best of both world outcome. So we can still be small and boutique, but yet have the capabilities of a big company. And I think that will be in the interests of all our brokers and the clients. So that sort of sums up kind of what we sort of are hoping to achieve and sort of the excitement about that. Yeah.
That's very exciting news. It's nice to get some focus and get other people to do the admin and compliance stuff.
Yeah.
I think your business is quite empathy and personal touch is really important in your line of business. In your release, you mentioned we always feel, I think brokers always fear that technology is going to take over their work and over their role. And I think in the space that you specifically operate, you can vouch for the fact that empathy and that personal touch will never and can never be replaced by technology and by a machine.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we have over the years dealt with many crises, and sort of a human crisis really comes to the core of all of us as people. We've often said that, you know, when you're dealing with let's say, a written off motor vehicle, that's one thing. But when you're dealing with sort of a person who's been injured in that accident, that's another thing. And our products, we've always designed to sort of, our ambition is to say, whenever there's a sort of a time that an employee or person needs to pick up the phone to say, I need help, is that our policies can respond. Firstly, by having a service provider that actually can help that person, be it in a security crisis, a health crisis, an accident crisis. And that means sort of either providing sort of critical information, how to sort of help that person through that security crisis, or getting that person to a hospital, getting that person in a hospital. Mm-hmm. So that's really important. The insurance part of it actually comes far later. It enables that because of sort of scale, but an insurance policy writing on a piece of paper isn't going to save anyone's life. So sort of first and foremost is providing those crucial services up front. And again, key that empathy is sort of handled there. Yes, technology can assist in that, help in that space, getting immediate access to where you are, to sort of where the nearest hospitals are, etc. And that sort of has to kind of sit under everything. But when you're speaking to someone who's dealing with a crisis, and specifically a human crisis, you have to have that empathy. That is crucial in getting it sort of over the line and doing a good job. So not only does it have to sort of sit in your assistance space, when actually now looking through the claim and managing that claim, the financial impact, also understanding the empathy around sort of settling these bills, getting them paid as fast as possible. And yeah, we pride ourselves in that space. And that's an area, as you mentioned, that cannot be replaced by a robot. You cannot teach a robot sort of empathy. Also, interestingly enough, on our insured sides, I mean, I think everyone out there in the fourth industrial revolution will change the landscape of working for people. Yes, many jobs will sort of be replaced by robots, but what it can't replace is creativity and sort of what's human about us. So our feeling is that, human jobs where sort of our creativity, our humanity and our empathy, etc., will become far more important. And that's going to be the differentiators between sort of okay companies and great companies, is applying that sort of empathy, that human touch. So those people are going to be critical to those businesses. And so as an asset, the people in your business, and we always say that sort of a business's sort of most important asset is its people. Yeah. And so ensuring that those sort of people within the business are safe, secure, and if there is a crisis can be helped is going to be crucial. Also, again, providing, let's say, this is maybe moving into your employee benefits side of things, but you're going to need to attract sort of highly skilled people. And part of it is making sure that when I join a company that I feel that I'm valued and I feel like I'm safe. And part of that can be managed by buying appropriate insurance policies. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I think it's easy to get caught up in sort of technology and all the frills and fluff of that. And it's not to say that we're blind to that. We have to have it to underline sort of our products and services, but above it all, I think we have to remember that we are all human, and that actually insurance is a relationship sort of industry, and that sort of has to be front and foremost.
Talk about humans. How did you keep your company culture going in the time when it was really difficult where everyone was apart?
Yeah, I mean, it was tough, and I think it was, for me, I mean, the culture of Praesidio is actually a fundamental part of sort of our business. We sort of want to be a company where employees want to work and have fun whilst working. And again, actually similar why we chose Lombard as a partner, because that sort of same culture is very evident there. It's a serious business, and obviously we need to be serious when the time comes. But actually, in a day-to-day, it's a great environment to work in. COVID lockdowns posed a huge challenge. We all love going to the office, love listening to the music in the office, and the banter was obviously the novelty of working from home was great, but I think as it went on, people really started missing sort of that interpersonal connection. So we would sort of, and I think a lot of businesses did this. I mean, when we couldn't see each other, we made sure that we had sort of team sessions, fun, no business to be discussed, just sort of talk about everything else and laugh. And that's an important part. And then, you know, when we could go back to the office, we managed that well. I think also you don't want people going into the office who weren't comfortable to go in the office. So it was always up to everyone's sort of own decision. But also just try to keep it light. And that, you know, we're dealing with sort of the last 18 months, very serious sort of times. So appreciate the seriousness and the health risks, but also at the same time, you know, people need an escape. So trying to keep sort of a working environment sort of light and fun was a focus. We're fortunate being sort of boutique, we're a small team, so not having to look after 200 sort of different people, making sure that everyone, so from a hands-on perspective, as sort of the head of the team, I could speak to all employees sort of multiple times, either a day or a week. No one could hide feeling sort of lonely or vulnerable without sort of being noticed. So I think we have come through it largely sort of stronger. I think we've sort of all been able to sort of look back a bit and sort of prioritize what's important in life, and also allow for that. That actually, you know, I think we all work to live, and we need to be able to remember that also difficulty when at home, that being able to turn off your laptop and go on a holiday is really important. You know, we sort of claim the sort of people are our greatest assets, but if you work your people too hard and don't let them be sort of people and sort of have their time, you're going to get less out of those assets. And so, you know, finding a work-life balance is again also very important, both in our sort of Praesidio culture and what will be Lombard human risks culture, and that will continue, and sort of what we sort of put out there to the market, what's important about us. So yeah, long may that continue, and I hope sort of the rest of South Africa can sort of, you know, take that on and sort of try sort of keep good culture, because that's really important to business.
Yeah, I agree with you, and I really like your new name, and I really like what you've said, because it's very human. It's all about the human. We can't forget that. Andrew, it was great to chat to you. Maybe lastly, a message to brokers, those who are dealing with you, and to those who are not yet dealing with you.
Yes, well, thanks. I mean, being a UMA, sort of in the past, we've only dealt through brokers. You know, we owe all that we are to sort of our broking sort of partners that have been with us through over the many years and have supported us through profitable years and through large claims. And sort of thank you again to those guys who've supported us. And sort of look forward to sort of dealing with you guys, albeit in a new name. It's going to be very similar environment from our side. To the brokers who don't know us, we welcome sort of the opportunity to work with you. We're definitely sort of, again, I'm going back to the topic, but people focused, relationship focused. You know, it's the type of eyeballs and handshakes that I think underlines the way we work with people. That trust has to be part of a core thing. And sort of, again, being sort of boutique is having a a company that where you need to speak to a decision maker, you can pick up the phone and speak to us directly.
Yeah.
Our ambition is never to be behemoth and big. We obviously want to grow, but grow by staying small is sort of our mantra. So, but thanks very much for the opportunity and for chatting. Yeah, keep well, keep safe, and hopefully see you in the flesh sometime soon.
Yes, thank you, Andrew. It was great to catch up, and yes, I do agree with you. Hope we can see each other soon. Have a good day.
Bye-bye.